Oh, good morning. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46, verse 10. I carry those words with me in my journal, have done for years. I'm coming around to the view that this actually is exactly what God wanted to happen to me. Amongst other things, I must love my neighbour. Who is my neighbour? I must love my enemies. And who is my enemy? The beautiful part of it is one, as a matter of routine, you sort of watch yourself doing things. Sometimes you're doing this and that and whatever, and you sort of watch yourself, how you behave in a situation with people or whatever. And I'm doing remarkably well. I'm strong. I'm not fazed by this whatsoever. Truly. They can't win, these people. I mean, they're going against God. They'll just fall apart. Trip themselves up over their own bootlaces or whatever. Well, they can't win. I'm working at getting a solicitor down in Sunderland, which is out of the area. So all that sort of local back scratching won't be in evidence. Hello.
Hiya.
You had a bath.
Huh?
You had a bath.
No?
You're just hot. I do the same, my hair gets all wet. But people think I'm, you know, do you mind being on film? May I just put you on quickly?
Huh?
If I turn the camera around, you'll be filmed. You rather not?
No.
Rather not?
No.
No, okay. I just make films. It's,
I would like a picture taken of being on film.
oh dear, all right, then I won't. Well, I did ask.
Thank you.
Hang on. See you in a bit. Are you on this afternoon?
No, I've got my dishes and that to do.
Nail clippers. Nail clippers, please. And a file if you've got one. But I mean, I can pay for them, you know.
I will be right.
Aye. Thank you. She's called Sharon. She's the cook. A big girl. Very pleasant. I've got nothing. Nail clippers. My Bible. But, I mean, that's exactly how I try to be. Becoming a Benedictine monk, right? Part of just the introduction to it is you dispense with things. You only have around you those things which you need for your daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, I suppose, use. And especially with me toting everything on my back, I would regularly go through every last little thing, and if I hadn't used it for a while, I would just, you know, junk it, get rid of it. What's the point of carrying that weight around on my poor old back? And when you're tired, it gets heavier. So, you know, I've had that actually as part of my training, being on a pilgrimage, carrying it all on my back. Well, I've got a sort of almost horror of an excess of things. essentially, I'm just in what I was standing up in when I was arrested. Fortunately, I had the savvy to have my bag on, so I've got my passport and my credit card. Anyway, so, if that's the case, and how I ended up here, this Castle Hotel. My fingers booked it, obviously, but I mean, I just sort of, well, Cold Street. And you see, it turns out that this Hersal, so Alec Douglas Hume of the Hersal, I've mentioned innumerable times as an honest, genuine gentleman, landowner, but, you know, who then briefly became Prime Minister, but genuine. He was a very good cricketer too, actually. He played first-class cricket for his county or something, I think. And quite a good bowler too, and batsman and so on. All-rounder. He was an all-round good egg. I'm pretty sure, yes, he's definitely gone. He was the 14th, I'm not sure if it's Earl or Duke, one of the two. But out of my payback, I'm middle class. But I know types like that. Lairds and stuff. But it's literally right just next door, this Hersal, his estate. And I seem to be fitting in here reasonably well. I've just got my room. I come down for the breakfast, but I don't actually eat it. It's included in the price. I've got to have it. I have it for lunch. I just have my pot of tea, orange juice. And you meet people. This morning there was a sort of Indian family in the wee baron, as we say in Scotland, and another computer software chap and so on. And in a curious way, you see, God, in fact, has provided me what I was asking for, if you like, in my spirit, which is I'm alone, you see. I'm so alone. Always alone. Whereas now, all I have to do is come down to breakfast and meet people, come down later on, have a pint and meet some more people. As long as I can afford to pay. Well, I'm paid up for a week, so that's all right. And I've got the price of the odd Guinness still, so that's all right. Look, if I don't hate my former wife, because a long time ago I recognised that absolutely that's the self-destructive thing. I mean, you know, you simply just, it stews inside you, so I recognised that ages ago. Well, what are these people to me? Nothing. They're nasty, horrid little people, obviously. And I'm fighting them on any front that I can think of. This friend of mine has very kindly, I believe she watches these two, so you get a mention. I won't say her name. Offered to you know, draft up a sort of good character reference. We've known each other now. She first met me sleeping out on the doorstep of a restaurant, a closed restaurant in St Albans 2 years ago. So we've known each other primarily through emails, but they've helped me. The bed I had provided by them, they very kindly gave me a cooker, and then I almost slipped, but I'm not going to say her name. Actually, for my birthday, bought me a lovely, very serious bit of kit, a very light camping stove, so I could, you know, carry it and cook, get hot food and stuff. And she just, off her own bat, has suggested that, you know, would a sort of character reference be of any assistance? Well, most certainly, yes, of course. Anything, quite frankly, at this point. I mean, in the court hearing, oh, I love these. Hey, look at that! That's the biggest one I've seen yet. Brand new, silly. Blooming Tonka toys. You could buy a small estate in some parts of the world for one of them. Very wealthy area. I lost my thread now. Good morning. Yes, I mean, completely. I have no animosity towards these people at all. They are definitely the saddest bunnies around. To behave like that to a complete stranger. What planet do they think they're living on? That they think they can get away with it too. You know, they're enmeshed within their own lives now. In their statements to the police, several of these statements. Well, I'm going to make absolutely jolly well sure that it comes out, you know, into the light. So, be still and know that I'm God. God's the boss. God can do anything. I think, in fact, that's exactly what God wanted, and that includes the woman and the motor car, actually, and the fact that I sank her. All of that. It took that to generate the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. It all had to work in that way. So I'm little grey cells. At it. I've been up most of the night. Had a little doze this morning, but I've been up all right, in fact. Be still and know that I am God. Amen.